So this chapter yet again opens up with Naruto promising Sakura that he'll bring back Sasuke. Alright, I'm fucking around. I'll stop that because I know some people are just taking that way too far. But to be honest with you, the foreshadowing that was set up earlier on with Future Rogue and everything that happened just played out so nicely because that revelation at the end, no, maybe last week, because I know I've seen a few people last week saying it, and maybe for a couple weeks at the most people, but when Future Rogue said that shit, and we didn't know who he was referring to or what he was talking about, whatnot, and we saw Natsu's horrified face, none of us thought in a million years that it would be Gray that would be the one that would kill Frost. We didn't, don't lie. You know damn well no one thought that, so the way it was set up with the foreshadowing, nicely done. Now, to be honest with you, when they arrived at Sabretooth and we saw Sting and he was like 5,000 pounds or whatever, I was like, okay, I doubt this is going to last long. But I expected it to last at least more than like fucking 3 pages. Come on, Mashima. Like, at the end of the day, all the major changes of characters or whatever have been reversed. And that's one thing that definitely annoys me. Like, if you're going to do a change to the character, let the motherfucker stay like that for more than a chapter or two. Like, Natsu's long hair, that shit's gone. Sting, like, don't get me wrong, I didn't want Sting to be like that anyway, because I think his character design is sick. One of the few things I do like about the character, but come on, if you're gonna do a change, let it stay. And another thing that I was kind of like, is because I liked Minerva for being the evil bitch that she was. When she fucking tortured this one and that one and all the fucking fucked up shit she did, I liked that because it was who she was as her character. So when you come to this chapter and she's all apologetic to Lucy and all of this stuff going back, it's like, who is this and what the fuck did you do with the evil bitch Minerva that I really fucked with as a villain or as an antagonist or whatever you want to call it? And it's sad because at this particular point where her character development, where it went, you can't really go back to that without it being ridiculous at this point because she's already had the major change and heirs and fairy tale changes. So even if I wanted that character to come back, it would feel redundant and it would feel like everything that has happened up until this point to change her into this character was for nothing. So it was kind of like she should have never became this character to begin with. I really just said Minerva, she was like a badass bitch that did her thing. And now it's like you're apologizing, which I guess. And then, of course, the big piece of the chapter, Rogue, Future Rogue, the whole revelation and everything, the mission that he had to go on to destroy Avatar. One thing I definitely got to note is that if this actually happened in that future timeline or whatever, then it's safe to say, unless things have changed drastically to the point where in that timeline, maybe Gray became evil, but in this one, he really didn't become evil or whatever because of something, then it's safe to say that Gray probably is evil. If he's the one that ultimately kills that goddamn cat, then we can assume that he probably is really evil in this timeline as well, unless something, you know, again, changed, because you know how time travel and all that other shit, like the smallest thing could change things. So we can assume that Gray is indeed evil. And this is yet again Naruto trying to save Sasuke from the darkness, you know, and all that good shit. But seriously, like, we can assume that because if he did it in one timeline and things is leading up almost exactly the same way, then he might be evil. But then again, in that future timeline, did Gray have the character development that he had in this timeline? And I feel like I'm just wrapping my own head around some crazy shit. I don't even know. I'm getting lost talking here. But you get what I mean. Like, unless something changed, then Gray is indeed evil. And with all that being said, good chapter for the most part. Again, the whole thing with Sting being fat for 5 seconds and then being skinny. Pointless to have that, you know, transformation. Minerva's character development, yeah, it works because that's where she's been built up to, but she's not Minerva anymore. She's not the evil, sadistic bitch that she was unless she comes back. And if she does, again, at this point, it'll be like, if she does, for some reason, go back to being evil, stay that way. Just stay that way. Stay. And I don't necessarily believe that things will have changed to the point where Frost still won't die against Gray, because for all we know, Natsu saying stay here in the city, eventually Gray and Avatar could come attack the city and Frost will still die, or, you know, something will happen where Rogue will go anyway. So he didn't necessarily change things by telling them to stay there. They could still follow. Avatar could attack the city. So yeah, Natsu, his best course, if anything, would have been to stay with somebody protecting them at the very least. Like have a strong fairy tale member, which technically they don't really have too many people with them. But that would have probably been the best course of action, because leaving them, who says they're going to listen to you? Who says Avatar ain't going to attack? So yeah. But with all that being said, good chapter, honestly. The revelation, while it was predictable starting like a week ago for the most part, very good foreshadowing and setup for what Mashima did with the end of the Future Rogue arc, because yeah, we never saw it coming that it would be Gray, the one to fucking kill this cat and throw everything into chaos. But let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. How did you feel about all this? How did you feel about the revelation? Do you think that Gray is indeed evil, or with Future Road coming back in time, he changed something to the point where Gray didn't truly become evil like he did in that other timeline? And also, how do you feel about Minerva's character development, her being good and all apologetic? Do you think that it's 100% legit? Like, to me, I think it's 100% legit, even though I don't like it. And Sting's little 10-second transformation, how do you feel about that as well? Honestly, I think it's stupid. Like, there was no reason for him to be like that to begin with if you were just going to reverse it. And your overall thoughts of the chapter, but that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And in case I missed it, 7 out of 10 for this chapter. Yeah.